guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I actually wanted to do an e.l.f. haul for you and also try the products on that I purchased. But I received this box here and I'm going to show you inside. There was no normally they put like some protective packaging around the product, or they put some type of paper in there. You know, when this box is being thrown around at the post office, stuff doesn't just get broken so quickly. So this is how it looks. It's like horrible. Look at that. It's all over the place. So I had purchased 3 palettes. It was the 70s, 80s, and 90s eyeshadow palette. Now the only palette that I see here, and I don't want to open it, but that's probably not broken really bad. This one is the 90s palette. And it doesn't look too bad, but what I want them to do, because I don't know, it's cracked. I see a little crack right here in the kind of the cranberry shade. So I emailed them and I hope that they will email me back so that I can send these products back or have them send me some new ones. I'm really disappointed with that because I really wanted to show you guys how at least maybe one of the palettes performed. So anyway, it's not gonna happen today with the e.l.f. palette, but I got a few other items that I can show you. I've got another palette that I can use. So today is not gonna be an e.l.f. haul and it's not gonna be simply e.l.f. products, but I will show you the other 3 products that I purchased. One of them is the e.l.f. Glow Primer Stick. This is a, let's see, it says an illuminating coconut and shea butter infused primer stick. It hydrates and preps your skin with a radiant golden shimmer for a smooth lit from within effect. It's like a different packaging too. You see that? It's like pink as opposed to their black and white packaging. So, and I know they have what, blue packaging or blue and white packaging for their skincare line. So this is what it looks like. So it has the directions on the front and it says twist up the stick and apply a thin layer all over the face. Blend in with fingertips, wear alone, or follow with your favorite e.l.f. foundation. So I don't have a favorite e.l.f. foundation, but I will follow it up with a foundation that I'm going to be trying today. So before I place this on my face, I want to show you the other 2 products. The other one is the Frizz Taming Hair Shine Sheets. These are for your hair. They're supposed to help with that static, you know, the hair static that you have like during the winter months when, I don't know, you just get, your hair just gets really staticky. I know mine does. So I wanted to try these. It says here, these are 25. It doesn't look like there'd be 25 in this little bitty package, but they're probably really thin and small. So anyway, I'm gonna try these out. So hopefully these will work. I do know that, I think it's Way. They also have the Frizz Taming sheets as well, but of course they're more expensive than the e.l.f. So the next thing was this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and it's in Universal Sheer. My friend Jules had mentioned that they got this online and she was trying to get it. I hope she got it, but I know at that time she was trying to get it and it was sold out. So during, I think, Black Friday or Cyber Monday, I can't remember what it was, I had received an email from e.l.f. And so I went ahead and looked to see if they had it, and they did. So I went ahead and purchased it. So it's supposed to be like comparable to the Tarte. So yeah, I want to try this today to see how it works out. So that was it for the e.l.f. products that I purchased. And like I said, I'm really disappointed that I can't use one of those e.l.f. palettes because they were so pretty and I wish I could show them to you, but they're like everywhere in that box. So I don't want to get this whole area messy before I start doing my makeup. So let me go ahead and grab a few other new products that I'm going to be using today and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I've already moisturized my skin. I did all my skincare and I even put my sunblock on. And so I just want to go ahead and go in with these primers. I need to make sure my hands are clean from that box because it was just crazy everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to use the e.l.f. stick and let me show you. It just kind of twist it up there, and then I'm going to just place it those areas where I want more glow. Oh, it smells so good, guys. It smells like coconuts. Of course, it has coconut and shea butter in there. And it's not one of those strong coconut scents. It's very, very subtle. So if you don't like coconut, I think you can handle this because it's not that bad. And now I'm gonna rub it in. My husband found this, what do they call, like turban ties or what is it called? The turban towel, or I can't remember what the name of it is. But he found this in our linen closet. He pulled it out and just put it on my sink. And so I was like, oh, I forgot I had that. So I used it today. Okay, so this is supposed to give like a lit from within look. And it does look very glowy. It feels kind of like silky, not greasy, just like silky, you know? And so it does look good. It doesn't have like a shimmer or anything to it. It's just very glowy, and it does feel like tacky too. So it probably will help the foundation adhere to the skin a lot better. So yeah, we'll see how that works out throughout the day. Let's go ahead and use a Poreless Putty primer. So this is what it looks like. It looks just like the Tatcha. You know, it's just one of those balm type products. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick my finger in there, or 2 fingers. And then I'm going to put that in my area where I have pore issues. And I'm probably gonna need my magnifying mirror to be able to tell whether it filled the pores in or not, because I cannot see. My eyesight is getting like so bad. You know, it seems like every year when I go back to the doctor, I'm having to increase it just a little bit. To wear like glasses so that I can read. And I've never worn glasses in my life, but after 40, guys, things change. And not everything that changes is bad. A lot of good things happen after 40 too, or after 40 also. Anyway, let me go ahead and get the magnifying mirror because I want to be able to see whether this actually filled my pores in. It doesn't look bad. It does look like it somewhat filled my pores in. I guess we'll be able to tell when I put my foundation on, but it doesn't look bad. Like the Tatcha, you don't want to use a lot of that product. So I use just minimal product. You know, I don't want it to be cakey on there or really thick. So we'll see how this works out with the foundation on. So I'm gonna go in with my eyes first. I don't have a new eye primer that I'm using. So I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour extended eye base. I'm gonna use that all over my lids. So for eyeshadow today, I'm going to show you a palette that I have a little story about. Basically, I bought this palette, I took it back because I felt like I didn't need it. Then I bought it again, and my friend Jules pulled up swatches from this palette and another palette from Anastasia, and it looked pretty much the same. So I took it back again. Well, I was in Sephora recently, and they gave us the $25 off of $75 for, I think, rouge. And so I bought the palette again. So I don't know what's wrong with me, guys. It's just, when I'm around this palette, it's like, it just draws me in. It's like, come on, buy me again, you know, for the 3rd time. And I guess the 3rd time is a charm if this works. But yeah, I've bought this palette twice and taken it back. But it is a gorgeous palette, and it says Nude Pop by Kevin Aquan. I don't think I mentioned the name, but I'm glad I just did. So let me show you the inside. These colors are so beautiful. I don't know if the camera's doing it justice, but they're gorgeous. And it is somewhat similar to the Anastasia, the Norvina palette, but there are some colors in here that that palette does not have. So I guess I'm trying to justify why I had to buy it again. But either way, today I'm gonna use it and just see, you know, if this palette is like really for me. I'll let you know the names here, because to go and look for the name and then look in the front and then look, it's just too much. I'm gonna go in first with a Morphe M518. And so I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. And I'm gonna use that in my crease. It's blending really well, and that shade is really pretty. Now, I did not set my eyes today. Back in the day, I never really set my eyes So I just started doing that because I felt like when I did put the shadows on, it kind of helped with the blending. But I don't really have like oily eyelids. I have kind of dry eyelid. I actually didn't want to set it today. I just kind of wanted to go on top of that primer, and it's working fine. Now I did go a little bit above, like on my brow, right underneath my brow bone, right there. And I'm just blending it. This gold shade is like calling out to me. So I'm gonna use that shade on my lid today, but I think I'm gonna go in with the shade next to the shade I used, this one right here. And I'm gonna use a Morphe M433 to place that in my crease, right underneath that other color. Now, what I want to do is go into that gold. So I'm going to use the Anastasia 18 brush, and that brush is not picking up anything. Look at that. Let me try the MAC 242. Yep, that's picking up product. This gold is not easy to work with. Let me try my finger because it's not really distributing it as much as I want it to, or as well as I want it to. Using my finger gives it a lot more intensity. See that? That gold is just gorgeous. All right, so yeah, that gold is a little hard to work with the brush. And I used the Anastasia 18, I used the MAC 242, and it just doesn't work really well with those brushes. I'm gonna go ahead and go into this shade here, right here. And I'm going to use the Morphe M433 brush, and I'm just gonna go right here in the crease and then a little bit on the outer corner. All right, now I'm going to take a small brush, and I'm going to take the Morphe M205, and I'm actually going to go into this darker purple so that I can deepen that outer corner. That's a really pretty purple. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Morphe M433, but I'm not going to put any more product on there. I'm just going to blend that crease. Okay guys, that's it for the eyelids. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the foundation. I'm using a foundation that I just recently purchased, and it's the Marc Jacobs Shameless Youthful Look 24-Hour Foundation. I have mine in the shade Medium Y360. I have heard good things about this, and I've heard bad things about this. So I usually like to try things out for myself to see if it works for my skin or not. So I'm gonna go ahead, it looks like this, cute little packaging, very thin. It's a squeezy tube, it's got a nozzle, as you can see some of the product already came out. A nozzle at the top. So what I'm gonna use first is my beauty sponge, and if that doesn't work, then I'll go in with a brush, depending on how much coverage the sponge provides. And I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hand. Just like 3 drops. It is a runny foundation. And it says it's a medium buildable coverage. I feel like the beauty sponge is actually soaking up the product. Probably because it's really watery. I'm gonna go in with this Sonia Kashuk brush because I need a little bit more coverage, and that sponge is just drinking the foundation. Oh yeah, the brush is way better. I'm just kind of pressing that into the skin. It's pretty. I'm gonna be wearing this pretty much all day today, guys. It's 11 o'clock. I'm going to a cousin's birthday party, and I'm also going to a baby shower after that. So I'm gonna be wearing this pretty much all day long. I really like how this looks, guys. It's so pretty. Look how beautiful it looks. Okay, I am loving this foundation. It makes my skin look so smooth. So basically, guys, I only used like 3 drops in the beginning, another 3 drops for the second coat and I used a brush. So the brush worked way better than the sponge. Let me go ahead and use my Tarte Shape Tape in tan. And then I'm going in with my Kaja Eye Brightener. I mentioned this in my monthly favorites video. I don't think I mentioned in my monthly favorites that I changed my background. I'm trying to make it a little bit more fun. So I have this cute little light up love sign, and then I've got some pictures above me, and I want to put a table back there and just put some stuff on the table. So I'm working on it. It just takes a little bit of time and money. So I want to look for stuff that's nice, but you know, I also want to save money too. I don't want to spend a lot of money. Oh, I didn't tell you guys, I use the MAC 24-hour Studio Fix concealer, and I'm in NC40. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera, and then I'll come back and do the rest of my makeup for you guys. So I did my brows with the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil, and this is in the darkest shade. And then I'm going to set them with the 24-hour Brow Setter by Benefit. Okay guys, so I set my under eyes with my Laura Mercier blurring powder, and I am going to set my face with the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. Just going to use this Wet n Wild P60 brush. Just dip it in there and just lightly set my face. So I think I mentioned when I did my Sephora haul that I was going to buy the Luminous Bronze Light by Hourglass. Well, they ended up having like this baby size of that bronzer, and because I wanted to try it, and I do have the Radiant Bronze Light, which I love, I was glad to see that they had a smaller version, and I went ahead and purchased it just so that I can try it and see if this comes off, you know, maybe a little bit lighter for like day looks, because the Radiant Bronze Light is it's pretty bronzy. You have to either go light-handed with it, or you can use it a little bit darker for like nighttime looks. But this one is a little bit lighter than that, so I wanted to go ahead and test that out today to see if, you know, to see if I like that shade better than the Radiant Bronze Light. Okay, so I'm using the Real Techniques Multi-Task brush. This brush right here, it's a fluffy brush. I'm just gonna dip it into the bronzer and bronze my skin. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And it's a nice subtle bronzer. Really pretty. And then I'll put a little bit down my neck. So that's not too bad. And it is very subtle. I mean, you can still tell that it's there, but it's not as intense as the Radiant Bronze Light. I like it. So I don't have any new cheek products, but I'm going to use the Profusion blush palette, and I love this palette. I did mention this as well in my favorites. So I'm gonna go in with this Morphe E53 brush. I guess I'm gonna go in with Exhale. It's this shade right here. It's like this peach shade. These things are pigmented, so go lightly. Okay, so for mascara, I'm not gonna put anything on the bottom lash line today as far as eyeshadow is concerned, because like I said, I'm going to a kid's birthday party and I'm going to a baby shower, so I don't wanna go like super glam to those two parties. I mean, I'd rather just not put anything on the bottom lash line. So I'm gonna go in with this Hourglass. I got this as a sample, the Hourglass Extreme Lash Mascara, and I'm just using this, of course, on my bottom lashes because, as you all know, I do have lash extensions. I hope that it doesn't like make your under eyes look black. I hope this doesn't do that. So I'm gonna put it on very lightly. I really should wear waterproof under there, but I wanted to try this one out. The brush is kind of hard to use. Okay, that's gonna do it for now. For lips, I finally got the Marc Jacobs Enamored Hydrating Lip Gloss Stick in the shade Mocha Chocolata. This one was always sold out. So I finally got the gloss and I'm gonna use it today. And I'm gonna use this lip liner by Makeup Forever. It's their new lip liners in the Artist Colored Pencil. And this is the shade Wherever Walnut. So I'm just gonna fill my lips in a little bit with this. My lips are so stinking chapped. They look horrible. And then I'm gonna go over it with the lip gloss. You twist it from the bottom and it looks like a lipstick, but it really is supposed to be like a lipstick gloss. Oh, I love that. They had another one that I wanted. It was called Sugar Sugar. And I think I'm gonna go back and get it because this is really pretty. Okay, I do want to put highlight on. Yes, and I know I said I didn't want to go glam to the birthday party and the baby shower, but I can't help it. I gotta put highlighter on. So let me grab my highlighter real quick. So this is another one of my loves, and it's the Artist Couture highlighter in Sex Pose. And I'm using the Anastasia A23 brush. I absolutely love this highlighter. Okay guys, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I just want to go over these products really quickly and let you know what my first impressions are. I will be wearing these products throughout the day, so I will be able to list in the description box whether they worked for me all day or they didn't. Let's see. The first thing I want to talk about is the e.l.f. Glow Stick. This stuff is fairly easy to use. It went on really nicely. It didn't have that shimmery look to it, but it did have that glow to it. And it was a very subtle glow. It wasn't too extreme. It does smell really good. It smells like coconuts, but it's a very soft coconut scent, so it's not too intense. But yeah, I liked the way it went on. I think it worked really well with the foundation that I used today. So yeah, so we'll see how this works throughout the day. The next thing is the Poreless Putty Primer. This stuff does remind me of the Tatcha. It does have the same consistency as the Tatcha. So I did go in with the light hand and then put it all over those areas where I do have some pore issues, and it seemed to cover up the pores really well. Since I've put this product on, and I've had it on while applying makeup, and I've had it on while blow drying and styling my hair. During that time, it looks really good. Like, my pores are pretty smooth in those areas. They don't look like clogged or anything. It looks like the foundation went on really smooth in those areas. So it looks fairly nice. And like with this product, I will be testing this out today to see if it works all day. Okay, so the next product I want to mention is the Marc Jacobs Lip Gloss Stick. This stuff is so pretty on the lips. I am so tempted to go back and get Sugar Sugar because it just feels really emollient. It just looks really nice and glossy, but not sticky or anything like that, or not tacky. And it feels really good. So I really love this. Now, the Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light, I am glad that I picked up the mini size to try it out because I really do love the way this bronzer looks on my skin. So I will not be purchasing the large one just yet. I'm gonna use this a few more times before I go out and purchase the bigger one. But I do like it. I really like the color. I mean, it works just like my Radiant Bronze Light, but it's just a more lighter bronze finish. So the Marc Jacobs foundation, guys, I absolutely love the way this applied. It looks so freaking beautiful on the skin. It's so smooth. I actually have not felt that good about a foundation in a while. I've been trying some foundations here lately, and I don't even want to do a review on them because they're just horrible on my skin. They look bad. And so I recently tried the YSL Stick Foundation, and I will tell you guys, that one caked up so bad on my face that I actually filmed a video and I ended up not uploading it because it looks so bad. So that one didn't work for me, unfortunately. But this one, Guys, it is gorgeous on the skin. I love it. Now, I don't know, it says it's 24-hour. I don't know how long it'll last today. I'm hoping and praying that it'll last throughout the day while I'm out at these family events. And yeah, I just hope it works. I really do. I want it to work for me so bad. This Hourglass Mascara, I feel like the wand is just so stinking thick. I don't know, it just doesn't grab onto my bottom lashes like I want it to. Of course, you guys know my holy grail is the matte Giga Black Lash. Been using that forever. But yeah, I just wanted to try this because it was a little trial size. It doesn't look bad. It was just really hard to use. So the last thing, of course, I saved the best for last. All right, guys, sorry, my battery camera died. So my battery camera died? I meant my battery in my camera died. So I had to replace it with another one. I was getting into the last product that I wanted to show you that I used today, and it's the Nude Pop Kevyn Aucoin palette. Now, I did pull out my Anastasia palette, the Norbina one. So here's the Norbina one. And those are all the shades there. And then here is this one. And by looking at them, guys, the golds are not the same. Yeah, they're two totally different palettes. They really are. So I will say that I did love the application of these shadows. I felt like they blended really well. They had good pigmentation. I just felt like this gold shade here, you have to apply with your finger. I just felt like it just took too much effort with the brush. I even went in with that Morphe 205 and used that on the left, on this eye when I started to do this eye. And it did distribute a little bit better than the synthetic brushes that I have, the ones that are a little bit more compacted brushes. This one is a little more loose. You know, it's just like, if you can see right there, it's just a little more loose type brush, very soft. And I did apply the gold with this brush and it did okay. It just didn't have the intensity that I wanted. So I did go back over my lid with my fingers. So other than that, I don't think that these shades here, these shimmer shades, and I'll swatch them for you. This one is like kind of like a green bronze, and this one is more like a peach. This one's more like a light peach. And they're like the creamy shades, kind of like the gold, but not as creamy as the gold. That's the peach one, and then that's the bronzy one. And those are a lot different. You know, they're a lot different. They feel a lot different than that gold shade. I think the gold shade, it's a unique formulation in here on its own. So yeah, these two palettes really don't, I'll put them side by side. They look kind of the same, but guys, in person, they really don't have the same shades. So I am not taking the Kevyn Aucoin back. I'm going to keep it because I love the way this eyeshadow came out today. It looks really beautiful, smoky. The gold looks really nice with the purples. So I do like this palette and I will be keeping that and I will be using it again. That is it for my first impressions, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I really appreciate you being here. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.